Hi guys, Carolyn here. The webinar that I taped with Martyn Church kind of had some technical issues. GoToWebinar crashed 3 times, so we're going to retape it and send it out to you all. I hope you enjoy it, and I'll make sure you have Martyn's contact information.
BFDG are the 4 main balls that we play.
All right, so this is Martyn Church, and he's going to talk about 2 different things. The first 15 minutes, he's going to discuss healing sound, and he's going to play some bowls. And the last 15 minutes, he's going to talk about protection and his journey with martial arts and with Native American culture and healing. Welcome, Martyn.
Hey, thanks for having me. So this is a do-over from the other day where we had some technical difficulties. So I'll just start off by giving a quick recap of why I talk the way I do, because I'm not American. And so I grew up in a small village in Derbyshire, England, and had 2 major cities next to it, but pretty much it's fields and open space in Derbyshire. At the age of 12, I contracted a syndrome called Guillain-Barré syndrome, which paralyzed me and ultimately put me in hospital for 3 months. I was given a week to live. I didn't want to die at the age of 12, and I was pretty determined not to. And so I basically just said, I'm not ready. And during that week, a young doctor came and said, I think I know what he has. And it wasn't terminal. And it took me around 9 months to recover. But during my stay in hospital, I knew that I wanted to then teach. You know, ultimately I wanted to live forever, and the way to do that was to spread knowledge. And so I became, the best knowledge is to teach people how to have fun and how to have a good time. And so I wanted to teach children. I felt like I'd really lost a lot of my childhood going to school and not really done a lot of the things that I wanted to do. So I became a kayaking, a mountaineering and climbing instructor. And I started traveling around Europe and England, and I had an opportunity to come and teach kayaking and climbing at a summer camp in Pennsylvania, and that's where I met my wife, and that's how I got to the States, pretty much. And then I think that whole journey, we worked in summer camping for 11 years, and it was a huge part of just teaching people that, you know, we gotta have fun, otherwise, you know, life is a little bit more, a little too serious. And so I was always the non-serious one, or the one that would just say, you know, let's just do it. And people would come up with excuses, or and I'd be like, well, I'm going, and you can come if you want. And so this brings me to my singing bowls. It was never really a thought process for me to learn a healing practice and go into the Himalayan singing bowls. But my wife was training to be a shaman. She asked for her birthday to have a singing bowl as a gift. She needed one. And so I'm panicking 3 days before her birthday. She asked me for a singing bowl. Never even heard of a Himalayan singing bowl. And so I Google it, and there was a warehouse not a mile from my business. And so I just shut this up. So I went down there and met the owner, and I have never walked into a place where the energy is so inviting and welcoming and happy, and the smiles that come off people that are in there, you can't help but smile. So straight away I knew that, wow, it's a magical place. And you know, bowls are just sitting there, you know, on shelves, and they're everywhere. And we know through quantum physics that everything vibrates on its own. The plants are vibrating, all these plants around me, the stairs, the chairs, even if we're not touching them, everything has a resonance and a vibration to it. So you walk in and you're bombarded with just an amazing energy. And Martyn, the owner, teaches me how to play, tells me to pick a bowl from this room, and this room is the antique bowl room, so everything's more expensive in that room. So I picked a bowl, 150-year-old Himalayan singing bowl for my wife. And I took it home, and I ended up playing it more than what she was playing it. And he has a book, and his name's Martyn, and this book was amazing. And at the time, I was trying to meditate. As a business owner, my mind was everywhere. And I was trying to find that thing that could just ground me a little bit, maybe bring me down a notch. But it was very hard. Could not control that monkey mind. And using some techniques with the bowl, it became very easy, you know? And so I was hooked. So I went back a week later and I purchased 2 bigger bowls. In fact, this was one of them, the B. And so the first bowls that we get can be any bowl that speaks to you. They say the bowl will pick you. And sometimes you can't, you pick a bowl off the shelf and you can't even get it to play. And so you put it back because it's not meant for you. And then I was using 2 bowls to do techniques, and I was practicing, and really you only need 1 bowl to do everything. But as you get more in depth with it, you start using multiple. So at that point, I signed up for level 1, had an amazing time and some amazing experiences. And I knew that there was something bigger to this than, and I can't say no. I can't say no to knowledge. I can't say no to a new business opportunity. And so I signed up for level 2 and 3, and I bought more bowls. And then I went to these retreats. And so really what I learned was that the bowls, we're bombarded by sound and energy from everywhere, even more so today than the past with the cars. And my favorite is the lawnmower, because everyone's pushed a lawnmower and you feel those vibrations going up your arm. And a lot of these vibrations can have negative impacts on our body and our health. And also our emotions. Our emotions also create vibrations. And how do we realign those vibrations? Well, we do it with positive vibrations, right? And so a typical session would be someone, and you don't even have to have an ailment, you know, to come and be treated. A lot like some people like going for massage or chiropractics on a regular basis. And
everybody's stressed.
Right.
So yeah, there's always a good reason to come.
There's always a great reason. And you know, really what we're doing is we're bringing the body's vibrations and energy back into alignment, you know, to help energy flow better. The bowls, I call them Himalayan singing bowls, but most people that are listening to this might have heard them as Tibetan. But really they are Himalayan singing bowls. The whole Nepal, India, all around those areas, the clans were the ones that were making these. And there's still monks and clans in the Himalayas. All these are from Nepal, handmade. There are videos on YouTube, but generally it's one person holding the bowl and several people around hitting the bowl into shape. And for instance, on a full moon bowl, they'd be monks praying while they're making the bowl. 109 times Om Mani Padme Hum. And so it really is quite a unique experience to have these bowls handmade by these people and these monks in Nepal. So they hold a great deal of energy on their own. And then the way we talk about the bowls and how they work and how they heal is really helping the body heal itself with good intention. Everything we do is with intention. So if you were to come and have a session with me, typically we would start with setting an intention. And so my technique for doing that is lighting a candle and asking the flame to hold the intention and sending it to the divine or whoever it is that you specifically speak to. And I don't need to know what the intention is. And so then you'll lie on the massage table or the floor, and we'd place the bowls around you, or we place them on the body depending on what protocol that we're doing. And then we start playing, and the magic happens, you know. It's pretty incredible. Even people that aren't really into the sound healing, and whenever I've had an opportunity to play for someone and put the bowls on someone that didn't really want to, always ended up reaping the benefits of the bowls. It's interesting how, you know, I actually took them to England too, and I played them for my mum's friends, and there was two really skeptical people there, and you know, I would play the bowls, and one of them had a bad leg, and I told you, right, that so sometimes the bowls will play differently or sound differently from one limb to another. So I play the bowl on one leg and then I move it to another, and it's different, and so, but I don't know which one is the bad leg, I just know that it's different. And so I would say, do you have a bad knee or a bad leg? Do you have an ailment in one of these legs? And she was like, yeah, I have one in this one. And so we would play the bowl a little bit more and keep playing, and then I'd move on to the next one. But 2 days after that, my mom said her friend told her that her leg felt great the next day.
Awesome.
And so, you know, and it's becoming much more of a known thing too, which is great, because we now, scientists and doctors, are studying the effects of sound on the body and how it actually helps heal. You know, cancers and bone ailments, and even bone doctors, some that I know in Denver, are now playing bowls on broken bones, because it heals faster when you play vibration and
That's
sound
so cool.
through the bones. So
Could you, before we go to the next section, can you play some of the bowls for us for a minute or two?
yeah, let's well, the main four that we play are the, let me grab this, is BFDG. So B is for the crown, F is for grounding, for the root chakra, G is for the diaphragm, and D is for the heart. And you know, we're predominantly water. As a human being, I think it's around 70% of our body is water. So you've all seen water react to sound and vibration. So this is what it does. So I'm gonna play BFDG and then I might play a big bowl.
Cool.
All right, so B. F. D. G. And so I actually keep these 4 that I just played, actually stay in my bedroom. And sometimes I'll play them at night before we go to sleep. But the other benefit that I was told, a lot of people keep them under their beds. And you don't even have to play them because everything is in constant vibration. So you're getting benefits from the bowls even though you're not striking them.
Oh, that's super cool.
So that's why I like to keep them next to the bed. In fact, let me do this. So we'll rub this bowl. I don't know if you can hear it. I might step up to the phone, but basically as we rub the bowl, it creates the vibration. And if I put the wood on, you would hear it more. And those are the bowls. And I think, you know, it's been an amazing chapter of my life. And it's helped me meditate. It's helped me go through some tough times with my business. And so one of the things as a great transition to kind of the protection portion of how do we use these and Native American techniques to help protect. So this year has been our best year for my business. And I was on the phone chatting with someone just last week, and I hadn't really realized this before, but I met my Native American mentors through the sound healing. They were learning how to use the bowls. They wanted to understand how Master Sorin could take a cultural thing and bring it and teach it to anyone and everyone, because he would like to try and do the same with traditional Native American work, but it's not that easy to do that. And so last year I spent a lot of time going up to Montana, spending time on the reservation and living in a teepee and, or a lodge. And those techniques, I came back with the techniques from a sound healing retreat and a Native American retreat, and I went to my office and my warehouse and my workspace, and I blessed it with every tool that I had. So the way we do a blessing or a clearing with the bowls is we would fill the bowls and play the bowl, and we would bless the water in the bowl, and then we would take a flower like a daisy and we dip it in it, and we go to the 4 corners of each room and splash the corners, and we're just asking, you know, with the best intention, please allow the space to be blessed and any negative energy to respectfully leave, and allow new positive energy to flow in. And so I did that, and then with my Native American sage, I smudged every window. So you'd go around every door and every window and the corners of the rooms, and you pretty much do the same. It's all about intention. So you're asking for any negative energy to respectfully leave, and then once it's gone, to seal that doorway, to not allow any negative energy to return. And when I did that, I didn't really realize, but this has been the best year for my business ever.
Wow, I'm gonna do that for my business.
And
for
I
sure.
just did that, last summer.
Wow.
Last summer in August. And so, and the person I was talking to was like, did you do anything different last summer that, did you share your energy with your business? Because I am doing multiple things. I own a self-defense company also, and a sound healing company. And I realized that I'd not shared my energy enough, and I'd not spread it around. So when I wasn't in the warehouse or in the office there, I had no energy there because I was taking it with me. So now there's actually a bowl that sits in there, and I have the blessed water still in the warehouse. So the friend I was talking to last week was saying, once I shared my energy in all the locations, it helped balance out all the businesses. And I didn't really, again, something else that I learned. And now I constantly remind myself that whatever I'm doing, I definitely need to try and leave some energy here, so the business continue to do well with my energy. And so growing your energy is a big thing that maybe you can help with. Growing people's energy. That's not something in my forte. I balance it, you grow it.
I transform it and embody the essence of the true divine, or source, or whatever word.
Right.
So I help people incarnate into who they really are.
Okay.
And so I think we're a good blend together. Yeah.
It would be interesting, with my self-defense teachings, I actually work with a lot of local therapists, and they've started integrating physical techniques so the company's called the Physical Empowerment Project, and it's not really, I don't want to say that it's a true self-defense in terms of what people think about karate and jiu-jitsu, and really we're tapping into what the body does prior to any training and how we react and how you can use that reaction better than if you were trained. But one of the things they have found is that integrating some of my physical teachings into their psychotherapy expedites the healing for them.
Yeah, I would love to learn more about that.
But I feel like that's the same with what we're trying to do with the singing bowls and the Native American work, is by combining all of our influences, we can increase or make it happen a little bit faster, or make it happen a little bit stronger. I think there's some great work that's now coming together because we're collaborating.
I do, it's called mobilizing for trauma work. I do a lot of physical stuff. Like I've got a Bosu and a kicking box thing in my office, but I would love to hear more, and I'm sure others would probably love to hear more. So
is there anything else you think I should add before we
when we talked before with the first webinar, you talked a little bit about using tobacco and some of the other rituals for protection.
So I think the thing that influenced me, there was a lot that I can't talk about, but one of the favorite things that I like to share, because I think it's good for everybody, is one, Native Americans are forever giving offerings. And we don't ever, we seem to take and not really give. If you take a rock, you're supposed to leave something in return to say thank you. And so tobacco is a huge part of their heritage, and that's what they use mainly. And so that's now what I've started to do. Even if I don't have tobacco, one of the things that I was out east in Maine and I wanted to take a rock off the beach, and I'd left my tobacco in the room that I was staying in. And so I sat and meditated on the beach, and the information that I got was I could help by cleaning up the beach. So I took trash.
Wow. Wow, that's awesome.
So I took trash off the beach and I picked the one rock that I wanted, right? And so I went away feeling good that yes, I took a rock, but I did something in return for that rock. And I think that, to me, that's changed my life. I think we should all pay a little bit of attention to, okay, what can I do for this gift, right?
Yeah.
And then the other thing is really when they put a pipe together for a pipe ceremony, it becomes a living thing. So if you can treat everything as a living thing, so even the feather fans that they use, everything is treated with the utmost respect. And once, even before the pipe gets put together, it has a special pouch or a box that it stays in. It never touches the floor. And the same with the fan. And really, if you consider everything is vibrating, everything has energy, therefore everything is alive.
Even a car.
Even a car, even the plants, the chairs, everything, if it's vibrating, it has energy, therefore it has life. And so for me, every time I play the bowls, or even before I place the bowls on anybody, there has to be a certain amount of respect given to the bowls, and you ask the bowls to please help facilitate and be aware of what I'm about to do. And then I thank the bowls after the session. And I think that it's another great lesson in terms of moving forward for me in life, understanding that every time I do something or I put something together, even if I put a chair together, it's now become a living thing, and I should appreciate it and maybe bless it, sage it, smudge it, and give it a little bit of respect.
Wow, that's awesome. And as he's talking, my son is putting chairs together, so I can't wait till they're all together, and I'll bless it and sage it and welcome it into my home. So yeah, thank you for your wisdom and blessing to you.
Thank you.
And I just so appreciate it, and I know all my folks are really gonna be excited to hear this. And I think this is better than the webinar, actually. I'm glad it came out this way. Awesome.
Yeah, I think this is a good technique.
Yeah, cool. All right, guys.
Well, thank you.
Anything else?
No, if they have any questions, they can email me. I'll give you the email, and then...
How much do you charge for a session?
It's 108.
Okay, there you go.
All right.
I love that. Okay. Blessings.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.